All right, here we're looking at another type of problem where instead of evaluating a log given some values, we're going to look at an expression that we're going to expand and, in another example, condense based on the properties that were given. So let's look at this right now. We've got the natural log of 5x to the 7th divided by y. So we want to expand this. What that means is we need to use all of our properties, whichever ones are applicable, we need to use those to split this problem up into as many smaller parts as possible. So again, the properties we're going to be using are the product property, and the quotient property, and the power property. Now we need to make sure we're using these in the right order as we split things up. So if we look at this first, we see that natural log of 5x to the 7th divided by y. We can break that down into, using the quotient property, the natural log of 5x to the 7th minus the natural log of y. That's the first thing. We can split this up, take it from a fraction, and split it up into two different expressions here. So that's using our quotient property. Now this second part, this minus natural log of y, we can't simplify that anymore. So that's just going to stay as its own term at the end. But natural log of 5x to the 7th, this is 5 times x to the 7th. So we can split that up into the natural log of 5 plus the natural log of x to the 7th. And right now we're using the quotient property. So we took 5x to the 7th, this is a 7 right here, 5x to the 7th, and we split that up into the natural log of 5 plus the natural log of 7. Now, natural log of 5 and minus natural log of y, again, we can't simplify those at all anymore or expand those. But using our power product, our property, we see natural log of x to the 7th power. Remember, this is equal to bringing our exponent out, so 7 times the natural log of the base, which is x. So this right here would be our final answer. So we get the natural log of 5x to the 7th over y is the same as the natural log of 5 plus 7 natural log of x minus natural log of y. So that's how you expand a problem right here. I'll go ahead and you can see it right here. I'll expand it out for you. Now, what I want you to do for your first problem right here is I want you to do the same thing right here. I want you to expand the natural log of 3x to the 5th divided by y. Again, you can go back, look at the example that I just did. Go ahead and expand this and enter it into the text box on the video. Okay, for the next example, we are going to look at how to condense a problem. So this is basically, we're doing the same thing we did last time. We're using the same properties, except this time we're going to be moving backwards. So instead of starting with a condensed problem like we had right in the previous example and then expanding it out to the final answer, we are going to start with the final expanded version and then simplify it. So we just need to work backwards on this. So if we look at this, we've got log 9 plus 3 log 2 minus log 3. Well, the first thing we can do is let's take this 3, and we know by our exponent property we can turn this into the log of 2 to the 3rd power. Now I'm going to simplify this in a little bit, don't worry, but right now I'm going to leave it written as log 2 to the 3rd power. So we've got log 9 and we've got minus log 3. Now the next thing we can do is we can go ahead and we can take our first two right here, we're taking the sum of these two. That's equal, using our product property, that's equal to the log of, that's parentheses, 9 times 2 to the third, end parentheses, minus log of 3. So see what we're doing? Each step, we're just taking two terms, or we're just condensing two parts of our expression. So for this last part, you probably imagine, now that we are subtracting two logs, we can use our quotient property and combine those into just one. So our numerator is 9 times 2/3. That's times, that's a dot right there, not minus. So 9 times 2/3. And our denominator is 3. So see what we've done here is we've taken from each step, we've just gone one at a time. First we moved this up to our exponent, so it made it log of 2 to the third power. Then we combined with our product property, log 9 and log 2 to the third power. We made that just the product of 1. Then we were subtracting here. We made that just our log of 9 times 2 to the third over 3. Log 3 became our new denominator. Now, we wouldn't leave it like this. We would want to simplify. So this actually becomes, so this cancels out to 3. So now we've got log of 3 times 2 to the third, which is just the log of 3 times 8 is 24. So this whole thing simplifies down to just the log of 24. Very easy, very straightforward. Again, you're just working backwards on what you did before. So again, you can pause it here if you need to come back and look at this. But the problem that I want you to do now for some extra practice is I want you to condense this problem. So I want you to write your final answer just as one single log using all of the properties. Again, you can go back and look at the examples that I just did, but go ahead and condense this into one log and then enter it into the text box.